Hi, I'm Donna with the Bartram Trail Branch Library and the St. Johns County Public Library System. I want to thank our friends of the library for making Zoom possible, and I want to thank C. Ford Riley for agreeing to speak to me today. Hello, Mr. Riley. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I went to your website, which I'm going to share later on as we talk, and saw your beautiful paintings. And when you start an oil painting, how long does it take you normally to finish that? Is it weeks or months?
It just depends. Mostly it's in the months because you have to let an oil painting dry before you can, hand it out to the public or say it's through. And I use a lot of different mediums, and so it's a process. Whereas acrylics are like watercolors; you can work it real fast, and it's totally different.
Well, I know each medium has its process. I'm not an artist, but I do appreciate really just local art. That's all I care about.
Right.
When you started as an artist, what inspired you to become an artist?
I don't know really. It's just one of those things where it just hit me. I mean, it fell into my lap, and I don't mean it to sound like it's that easy, but I've always drawn, and since I was a little kid, and my mother was an artist, and I used to watch her paint, and one thing led to another, and I studied birds, and I started out painting birds. And you mentioned Lee Adams, which I live not too far down the road from where Lee Adams lived, which to me was one of the greatest artists of birds. It's just too sad that he died at such a young age, because he could have really been a lot more well known than he is on a national scale, I think. But he kind of inspired me a lot in a lot of ways, and I just loved painting and studying and drawing birds. And one thing led to another. Someone gave me my first show, and we sold the show out that night. And I was probably 24 years old. And I'm thinking, God, this is nice money here. I think then my paintings were like $200 with a frame. And but that was enough back in those days to get you by doing anything you wanted to do. So maybe that had a little bit.
Well, I can tell by looking at your work that you're an outdoorsman and you love nature. And I really enjoyed, and I think my viewers will enjoy the slideshow that I've put together for the end of this program.
Okay.
But your work is so beautiful and it's so varied. It goes from the marsh to the beach to the oak hammock. It's just everything is local to this area, which is St. Augustine and part of Jacksonville. So when I look at it, sometimes I know exactly where you were, what you were thinking about. And that to me is what is so wonderful about local artists, is they touch your life much more than someone who paints something in France that you've never seen.
Right.
And so I wondered, is there a particular way that you select what you want to paint? Because it's said that you don't paint from photographs, but you paint from memory.
Well, I mean, every day I walk out, there's something I could paint. I mean, I just see stuff or think of things, and I make small thumbnail sketches of certain places, and then I come back into my studio and just kind of put the process together with my thoughts, how I want to convey a certain subject, the time of day, all those kind of things. But you're right. Where we live we should be so thankful and lucky because we have so many different ecosystems right here in North Florida. The beach, the river, the beautiful oak hammocks, the marshes, on and on. And I feel like I'm lucky enough to have grown up in the time that I did because I've seen the changes in this area, which are just everything's gone from no cars on the road and waving to people where you knew everybody that was driving up and down the road to 4 lanes out and everything you could think of shopping wise and all of the development and everything. So that plays a lot into what I do because I want to convey the what everything looked like to me growing up. And there's still many, many beautiful places in our city. We should all be thankful for that. But that kind of gives you maybe an idea of, I almost forgot the question. I'm just yakking.
I think that your answer was wonderful. So here's my next question.
Okay.
If you were talking to a younger you and you wanted to help them along their journey as an aspiring artist, what would you tell them?
I would tell them what I usually tell them, which is what someone told me. It was Fred Wetzel, who was a great mentor and a great artist also. My mother wanted to give me art lessons, and I was to bring over some of my drawings and all that kind of stuff, and which is what people always do if they want to come over here and ask me things, and I always agree to do it. But what I tell them is what Fred Wetzel told me. He looked at my work and said, I'm not going to tell you anything how to paint or draw or anything. It's all up to you. You've got the talent already in you. Now just go out and figure it out on your own. And if you're passionate about that, or if you're passionate about anything in life, whether you want to be a rock and roll guitar player or a doctor or whatever it might be, if you're passionate about it, your dreams always come true. If you work hard, success follows you. And that's kind of what I would say. Along with, throwing in some, little things to help people figure out their painting process a little bit faster. But other than that, just enjoy it. Just do it. Keep practicing.
Well, that's great advice. I always told my children they could do whatever they wanted to do if they were willing to do the work. And you've certainly done the work, and your collection reflects that. And I appreciate your time today. And I want to invite my audience to like, share, and comment. And you have a wonderful day. Look forward to seeing what you create going forward.
I appreciate it. You have a great day also. It's beautiful out. I'm going out to the dock right now.